the security topic has been debated a lot, and I would say that that has gone on the same kind of pattern as I mentioned before about the evolution of cloud itself. At first, everybody was apprehensive, and for good reason. There were some of the technologies that were out there were not as secure as we'd like them to be. Some of the providers were early adopters, so there was risk in how the applications were being, accessed. Risk in the fact that it's new technology, and risk in the fact that there really wasn't a lot of experience in how the devices were accessing them, and even the devices themselves. The reality, though, is that since that time, so that was, say 10 years ago, the technology has evolved very fast. Since that time, I would say it has become a complete shift, where using cloud applications has now become far more secure than if you were to continue to house them in-house. And the reasons are of course it completely varies depending on the type of organization, the size, and the expertise in-house. So we have to use that caveat. But by and large, you are far more secure to use a cloud-based application than you are to do it in-house. And the reason is that if you think about using a Microsoft Azure environment, or hosting information with Amazon, or some of the any of the big providers, they have when you compare the resources they have in terms of the hardware, the ability to maintain systems, have redundant systems, keep upgrading their hardware, and the physical security they have, the temperature control, all the different levels of redundancy and the resources they have. There's no way that any small or medium-sized business can come close to that level of physical security that they can. So that's the physical layer. Some of the other layers are, how are we transporting data? So look at the application. Is it encrypting the data? Is it sending complete files across? Which you get if you're sharing files, emailing back and forth and things like that. Those are some of the biggest risks. So if you're not using a web-based application and forced to share files through email or thumb drives on your devices, things like that, that's a bigger security risk than if you're accessing an application that's designed for the web, that has encrypted data and is just sharing bits of data rather than full files or things like that. So again, it then becomes a function of how's the application developed. Is it a legacy application that's using Citrix or Terminal Server to access files over the web, or has it been designed for the web, so designed to perform efficiently and securely over the web? So you have to then look at the application. Is it truly a web-based application? Then the next layer is the application itself. Is it something that's an entry-level system through a provider that you don't know about, or is it a reputable provider that's using an enterprise class database like a Microsoft SQL Server that has security built in based on access rights and based on things like that? So you have to then look at the application. So security is a multi-part question. Now, the general answer is that we're far more secure today using web-based or cloud applications than where we were having it in-house with all our eggs in one basket on our IT person that may or may not have taken the backup tape home. Far more secure using web and cloud technologies today than we used to be, but it is a three-part thing. You have to look at the physical layers, how we're actually sharing the data back and forth, transferring the data, and then the application itself. So look at the security inherent in the database and the access rights within the application.